Welcome back to Animal Crossing New Horizons. I'm Dear Darling, as you see what's going on our lovely island of Fawnhallow today in the first day of 2025. Woo! Congratulations all. We made it. Not that there was really any doubt or anything, but here we are. We're celebrating a new year. This is the time for New Year's, new me's, new beginnings, as they often say. And I suppose this episode will be more of a retrospective, no, introspection into what's coming out next year, I suppose, for me, the channel, anything like that. But Happy New Year to all of you. Wait, do I give an American accent? I can't remember. Happy New Year to all of you. I can't wait to see what this year brings. Right now in Fawnhallow, it's 5 p.m. on Wednesday, January 1st, 2025. Actually, I think I normally just read it in my voice. I don't know. Maybe that's a new direction we're taking. Everything voice acted all the time. No, that's not. But yeah, Happy New Year to all of you. By now, all over the world has been celebrating Return of New Year, I believe. Much earlier than this, to be honest. I'm not sure. When will the last country be celebrating Return of a New Year? Probably something which is like minus 11 GMT. So it would have been about 6 hours ago or something. What? I can't do maths. Wait, no, I can do maths. That is right. But yeah, we've got like a golden hour going on. Oh yeah, I also believe that in Animal Crossing in the New Year, if you play in the morning, you can actually see the sunrise. It's like one of the very rare times you can actually see it in the game. Because that's like a major thing in like the Japanese celebration of the New Year or something. It's like Mount Fujiyama, eggplants, and the sunrise or something like that. I like 3 symbols of a new year. Anyway, not the point. We're not here to discuss that. We're sort of here to look forward into 2025. You might be like, how did your New Year celebration go? It was nice. It was quite a low-key one this time. Just like hang out with a few friends at home, drinking a little bit. I didn't go like too crazy or anything because no one else was going too crazy. But yeah, having some nice drinks. We had basically like a pizza party, I suppose, if anything. We just sort of chilled and hung out. I suppose the major thing that we did is a friend bought like this VR headset he had, which I will talk about in a future episode. I guess it's now a lot to talk about. And it was pretty cool. That was the second time I've done VR. The first time I've ever done VR was in VR escape room. But this one I actually could do the things, like VR, what's that game called? Beat Saber. And just some other like random maps here and there. What's my conclusion? It's kind of cool. I can't see myself using it like that often. I think Beat Saber was pretty fun. I could see potentially myself like doing like VR chat or something like that, but I don't tend to play social games all that much. Well, that's not necessarily true. I do like the social elements of games. I think it's just like with social games, once you start making friends, there's like an obligation there, and I'm like, that's not something I'm signing up for. Because that is something I now need to sort of consciously think about, like the time I spend. And I'm like, I've got friends. I've got a big friend circle already, so only so much time to go around, unfortunately. But I think it could be a very fun experience just to meet random strangers. IMO. Now that I'm adult and I've been adult for a while, I suppose, I can, I suppose, much more handily make smart decisions about being on online spaces. I was just trying to think how to phrase that. Anyway, not the point. We'll talk about VR in a future thing. Yeah. So, 2025, new year, new me. Do I have New Year's resolutions? As I say, from this great CGP Grey video about how New Year's resolution. Well, I mean, obviously goals themselves are meant to be like quantifiable, like achievable, and stuff like that. I can't remember the exact details you need for like something which is actually achievable. I can't remember, but I really like the way that CGP Grey did it, which is he says that you should have like a year of something and you should choose a theme for that year, and how you should do it is every time you come to like a decision of doing something which fits a theme or doesn't fit the theme, you should choose a thing which does fit the theme. And I'm like, that makes a lot of sense to me. I have no idea what I chose in the previous years, to be perfectly honest. So, obviously it's not something I stick to particularly well. Obviously I like to think we're always on the case of self-improvement, but I understand that having a new year as well as a specific time to do it is a thing which sort of kicks people into high gear to be able to do so. So, I don't know, what theme would I choose for this year? I don't know, like progress or something? Might be a good one or something. I definitely like when I say that I have like a personal thing in mind, which I'm not gonna like necessarily publicly say until maybe it becomes more relevant to a series of something I would like to accomplish. So that is like a sort of nice goal I would like to have. But yeah, I don't know, like things of just like doing more stuff. I mean, I guess there's always the general sort of goal of keeping up with healthy habits. Honestly, I should be exercising way more than I currently do, to be honest. So maybe this is the year to actually get into it more, because previous years I've never really set that as my goal, because I knew that was not something that I would prioritize. But nowadays I think it maybe is, you know, especially because of the previous like things I wanted to do was much more like things around creative expression, like do some more art, or you know, like D&D I think was actually one of them at some point, you know, this sort of like social thing with friends. But nowadays, you know, I'm just like, you know, there are some other creative expression things I want to do, you know, do some more writing, and actually share that on the internet. I haven't done that at any point yet, but actually like upload these short stories that I've done from like my writing group at some point, and maybe if I want to take the time to write some other short stories here and there, I should do so, because I do like the concept of writing or creating stories, and writing is probably my weakest medium for doing so. And then the other one I wanted to do was music creation, composition, starting out with just doing musical covers of songs I like, etc, etc, but you know, maybe branching out to making my own music at some point. That is probably further down the list, because that's a little bit difficult. But yeah, like I've done like the two major sort of like creative goals which I want to do, which is video creation, which is kind of doing. Turns out I don't care that much video editing, so really just sitting down and recording is kind of what I'm doing. And then my artwork, which is under a different account. It's not under this YouTube channel, which I don't know, you can find at some point through some twisted webs of things. Yeah, so the other two at some point I would like to do. And then I suppose when they're all online, once I've started like balancing all and uploading content to all of them like rather regularly, then I don't know, they sort of like be tied together. There's a fifth one I want to do, which would be more like physical crafting, but I don't know if that's not something I probably would share online. That's just something I might do in my own time, to be honest. I guess that would come under the artwork umbrella, but who knows. So that stuff I feel like I've actually done like decently well at in previous years, to be honest. But it doesn't need to be the New Year's focus for me. So I think just, yeah, progress on myself, that goal I have in mind. It's more of a financial goal, I say, which is why I'm like I think it's a bit like weird to talk about it, I suppose, in these sort of very casual settings here in Animal Crossing. But I also think like being healthy, doing more exercising, taking better care of my body would be a good one as well. It'd be nice to lose some weight as well. Lose the weight that I probably like put on over the pandemic or something. Not that I think I'm at like an extremely unhealthy weight, but I do think that I could be more physically healthy, you know? Things like my aerobic stamina is probably not very good anymore. Like, I mean, to be fair, growing up I was always very much a sprinter, like a burst exercise person rather than a continuous one. Like, you would sign me up for a 100-meter dash, you would not sign me up for like a half marathon. I don't think a half marathon's a thing in the Olympics, so I don't know why I chose those measurements, but whatever. But it'd be nice to be at least somewhat decent at like long distance running or continuous exercise. I have always said that I do like dancing as like an exercise form, so maybe I should like learn how to dance. You know that video about that woman, she like recorded herself dancing like every single day, and then like after a year she did that? I'm not going to do that, but like that sort of aspirational thing, just like starting from nothing and then learning how to do it, because I think dancing's quite a lot of fun, to be honest. Don't got a lot of space for it, but that I can figure out, I'm sure. I would say, I guess, musical composition as well, so I should probably get back into playing my piano a bit more. I've really got to move the plushies, which are currently on my piano, to be honest, so it's much easier for me to just go over there and start playing. The piano is also in a bit of an awkward place, to be honest, so I probably should move it to like a different room. But I worry if I put it in a different room, it's like, oh, then I'm like even less likely to play it, right? Who knows? But yes, at least let's be more specific for the future of this channel and things which will happen during it. I will say I don't have any grand plans this year for this channel or anything. I don't think there's any. I think things as they are seem okay. I think the major thing is, one, I would very much like to update the dear darling VTuber model to, one, get some flat shading in there, or get some form of shading in there, and two, actually make it live 2D animated. So then it would like, she'd actually move around and follow around and that sort of thing. I think that'd be really cool. Because I definitely do want to learn how to use that software and like learn how to sort of puppet and skeleton things. And I think it's one of the best opportunities to do so. I just haven't got around to it because I haven't actually finished shading the PNG VTube model that we're using so far. And then once that's done, I want to actually incorporate it into all the YouTube video uploads rather than just a live stream one. Like, you know what? First day of the new year, why don't we start putting... I don't know if I'm going to start doing an Animal Crossing, but at least we can give it a shot, you know. See what it's like putting it in Animal Crossing. Because a lot of you, I don't think, have actually seen it, probably. Because you might not have seen the Dear Darling streams. I think I have it here. Is this right? Yeah, there we go. Just a small thing that goes in the corner. I don't know where's the best place to put it. I guess over the map makes more sense to me. But put like here or anything, and then you can see, you know, me animated. But I think it'd be so much cooler if, you know, I mean, credit to where credit's due, whoever made this. I forgot the person who made this, but I'm using videodiary Mini, and it's fantastic with these sort of PNG animated things. I mean, she blinks automatically, she opens her mouth when I'm speaking. But I think it'd be cool to be animated, you know, if I turn left or right, you can see it. You can see some variations of facial expressions, etc., etc. So I would like to upgrade this. I think another much more achievable goal as well is also to get official, like, updated official YouTube avatar and, like, banner, like social media banner, with, like, a solidified mindset of, like, what type of theme I'm going for. I said this before, that I think the theme should be, like, love letters or something, because Dear Darling sounds like the start of a love letter. That makes no sense, right? And that's, like, how a lot of my other usernames go, is a sort of what's it called? Like pet name and animal name together. But you know, I'm not exactly sure how exactly we're going to do that yet, or what sort of style I want to do for that. But I think that's very achievable. Like we sort of like low scale things. New avatar, new banner, updated VTube model. I don't think content-wise things are going to change all that much, to be honest. You know, I feel like the major thing that we could do is we could start like editing some videos, but the honest answer is like, I'd rather, instead of editing videos, I'd rather put the time into a different hobby instead or something. But I think editing videos is okay, it's just like, I'm not in super love with it or anything like that. And I feel like these long form videos are kind of like what people get used to now. You know, me with a continuous thought process, not chopping things out in the middle. So that'd be nice. I think the only other thing which could also happen would perhaps be more frequent live streams. Like one, I think I've mentioned this before, I can't remember, but currently I stream on Sundays. My time, it's 2 p.m. to 5 p.m, so that's UK time, GMT roughly. But that does mean that, like, I think most of my viewers are American. A decent amount are from UK as well, and Europe, but most are American. But that means that stream starts at like 7 a.m, 6 a.m. for a lot of people, depending where you are on the coasts, I suppose. And it would be nice if I started streaming as well, like a later time, my time, like 7 to 10 p.m. or something. Because then it would be like, at worst it would be like 12 p.m, I think, US time, but like might start like 4 p.m. US time otherwise. No. US is not 3 hours behind, it's 5 hours behind, it's like 2 p.m, right? 11 to 2 p.m. That feels much more reasonable, doesn't it? What day would that be on if I started streaming on those days? I think it would be on a Thursday, and I don't know, Friday? The problem is I'm running out of free time to be able to do something like that. Because of the way, you know, obviously I'm working through most working hours. And then there's like buffer space and time around it. Monday and Wednesdays are evenings which I have D&D. So I think if that were to happen, it would have to be on Tuesday, Thursday, or Friday. I would have to like commit a day to it. Tuesday and Thursday I feel like might be quite difficult days to do. Friday might be plausible, but not exactly the easiest, because Friday's also the backup day for D&D, so it's also like, ugh. But things, you know, circumstances can always change in life. But yeah, apart from that, I don't think there's really much else which I think is likely to happen. I mean, it's very possible that we start. Oh no, actually, another very achievable thing is I think with streams, I will try and start streaming simultaneously on both Twitch and YouTube, provided my internet service can handle it. Okay, I think it can. But because a large percentage of my audience is on YouTube, and YouTube has like these sort of partnership sort of things, I think it would be cool to be able to at least start making a little bit money from this channel stuff. I know that wasn't really my goal in the first place, but I'm very close to the YouTube partnership thing. I had to check the exact things. It's like 1,000 subscribers and a certain amount of hours viewed per month. Yeah, so it's over 1,000 subscribers, which I do have, thankfully. Thank you all for supporting me. And 4,000 public watch hours over the last year or so, which I'm on 3,580, which feels very plausible if the channel keeps growing at the rate we're going at, that we will eventually hit that. You know, I think proportionally it'll probably be when we hit about 1,300 subscribers-ish, which might be plausible for this year, I don't know. Again, I'm not really investing much in the channel for the sake of growth, but I feel like if I start like getting ad money or something from it, maybe then I should start thinking about it. Be like, okay, let's actually increase the quality of the content for the people who are now like actually supporting me in some form or another. It's a bit difficult to say how though, because I think the most interesting way that people like is like these edited sort of forms of videos, which again, I say I don't have a time for. Obviously, I don't have the money to hire an editor either. You know, that's very much out of the question. So if anything, I guess it would just have to be the different types of content which is covered. But that I'd rather like different media and art forms. I'd rather split out over different channels. But still, I don't know. There can be some sort of cross interest, I suppose, between the different things. Like when I eventually make up writing and the music channel, maybe some people with music channel want to see, you know, the person behind the person creating music or doing these covers on a more daily basis when they subscribe to Dear Darling. But maybe people who watch these videos are like, oh, what's Dear Darling like when she sings or something, and they can go to that channel. Name TBD, but so I guess that's also another achievable one, is actually creating those two other content channel streams and then unifying them all together under like the same conglomerate umbrella. But yeah, apart from that, I don't think much is going to change in way of like content. I think it's just more of it. I guess it's weird to say. If anything, it's that like branding for this channel might be a little bit different. You know, I have wanted to update this icon for and banner stuff for so long, but just never really got around to it, to be honest. So yeah, I think small progress, I suppose, in the Dear Darling YouTube channel. But if anything, it's more like keeping up what's going on. And looking forward to be like, what opportunities could there be? You know, what things can we take? What things do people enjoy? I think people do enjoy the streams. It's just more of a shame that I don't have, like, streams take up a lot of time in the first place. I don't have even more free time to be able to commit to that necessarily in the first place. And yeah. I don't know. Well, we'll have to see what Animal Crossing is in store for this channel. I think it would be nice to have some sort of shake-ups to keep things, you know, not shake-ups as in to make things worse, but improvements, ameliorations to make things more interesting for the channel, make things which people like. But I feel like most of the people who watch my stuff kind of like me talking, to be honest. So it's like, I guess if it ain't broke, don't fix it, that sort of thing. The only thing I think of which would make sense would be record more content. You know, it's like record better content, I suppose, as well, and edited. Like, okay, I guess that's the main one big thing as well, is with having edited content makes it more approachable for other external people to come in and see what's going on. So like it would be like a highlights reel or something, you know, top Dear Darling moments of a month or something. But the thing is, the hard part of that is collecting that in the first place, because I don't know what is cool or not cool, I suppose, as a highlight moment. But no, it's stuff to think about, at least these are the stuff I'm thinking about if I'm to pull back the curtain and be a bit more transparent. So yeah, I don't know, I suppose in future Let's Plays I will start experimentally putting in this PNG VTuber avatar. Like maybe I'll start out with the story based ones, because I don't think the people who watch the puzzle ones care about this much about this little avatar. But if it was like full live 2D, then I think it might be a bit more expressive in that case, and it fits story-based games a bit better than puzzle-based games. But I don't know. We'll see how it goes. As I say, it's kind of more about branding, I think, now for the channel, if anything else. I feel like I'm in a comfortable sort of level of content and the creation of such content. Could be more, could be less, could be better, could be worse, but that's where I think my focus will probably lie this year. Anyway, back talking forward, we'll see what happens, and then we'll see how how well we can stick to that. But for now, if you have been watching, thank you very much. It's been Animal Crossing New Horizons. I've been Dear Darling. Likes, comments, subscription, shares, greatly appreciated. Socials, Discord down below. Hope we see each other again. But for now, it's our farewell. So until next time, bye bye for now, and happy 2025.